Hey guys, it's Esiri and welcome back to my YouTube channel. How you doing? Hello. I feel like it's been a while that I've sat down on my own to do a video, but I'm alone today. Carson is not with me because we're going to be talking about Carson and we don't want him to hear. I mean, he's going to see this video anyways, but anyway guys, from the title you can already tell today I'm going to be talking about all things being married to a white guy, dating with a white guy, being with a white guy, my opinion, what I think, what it's like, and all that stuff. But before we get in, please make sure if you're not subscribed and you enjoy my videos, consider subscribing. Really appreciate that. And also, before we go into this video, I want to put out a huge disclaimer, because videos like this or topics like this can be kind of iffy on the internet. Everybody has an opinion when it has to do with race, and I 100% understand that, but I want you guys to know that these are based on my opinions only, solely my opinions based on my experiences with Carson, which is the only white guy I've dated. So I'm not speaking for all white guys or all white people in this video. And if somewhere in this video I do a comparison between Carson and black guys I've dated in the past, I'm basing those comparisons solely on the guys I've been with, not every black man on this planet. So I just want to put it out there because, you know, topics like this can be a bit, yeah. So now that that's out of the way, let's just jump right straight into the video. So guys, you know Carson did a video. Carson has done about 2 or 3 videos now on this channel just talking about being married to a white woman, and I was like, a black woman. I was like, you know what, it's my turn. Let me come on here and let's talk about what it's like being married to a white man. So the first one, if I'm looking down on my phone, is because I just wrote down some of my talking points here. So I'm just always going to just check my phone to see if I'm on track, you know, stuff like that. So first one, what is it like being married to a white guy? So this one, it's a cultural difference, and this was when we first started dating. So this is giving money to your partner. You guys are probably wondering, huh? Giving money? Yes. So as you guys may know, or as some of you may know, I am Nigerian, born and raised, and in the Nigerian dating culture, it is the norm, it is okay, it's normal for the boyfriend to give the girlfriend money. Just say, oh, you want to go do your hair? Take this money. It's your birthday? Take this money. You are sick? Take this money. There's no, okay, as in there's never not an occasion not to give your partner money. Obviously that's if you can afford it. It's not like it's compulsory, but it's normal, right? And it's not like it's expected. I feel like to some couples or to some girls, they kind of expect it. I personally, I've just never felt entitled to any of the guys. Like, I've only dated Nigerians until I met Carson. So all the guys I dated in the past, I never felt entitled to them giving me money. But because it's the normal, or it's the cultural thing when it comes to dating, it's part of our dating culture, I kind of expected it, if that made sense. Like, if my boyfriend gave me money or gave me an expensive gift, which they did, like, I wouldn't be surprised. It's kind of expected, but I never felt entitled, right? So I've never been with a person excuse me, I've never been with a person solely because of the money. You know, I be with a person because I love you or because I like you, and then, you know, they give you gifts and they give you money. It's part of the thing. So when I started dating Carson and I told him, I was like, do you know, like, it's normal for you to give me money as your girlfriend? The whole phenomenon was a bit strange to him, you know, and I didn't think, I actually thought it was normal all around the world, because I had only dated Nigerian guys. So I thought that's just what all boyfriends did. I was like, this is what all boyfriends do, right? But I found out that, like, in, like, Western, or at least where Carson is from, Canada, it's not a thing per se for, like, your boyfriend to just give you money. If it's like husband and wife, it's like a whole different thing. But for just like your boyfriend to just, from the kindness and the goodness of their heart, just give you this money to just do this. So yeah, I was a little bit like, not like I was expecting you to give it to me, but it's kind of what I'm used to. It's kind of what I know. So it's a bit weird that it's not something that you kind of do. But obviously now that we're married, everybody's money is everybody's money. We dip in, we dip out. There's no questions asked. We just do, we just give, we just take. But yeah, that was like the first like culture shock that I experienced dating a white guy, and in this case my husband Carson. So number 2 is gender roles. Yes, growing up Nigeria, because I'm only going to speak for Nigeria because that's what I know. That's the culture I grew up in. Growing up Nigeria, in a Nigerian culture, in a typical Nigerian household, gender roles are there. The man is the provider and the woman is the caretaker. At least that's what I saw growing up. My families around me. Even, I mean, obviously nowadays it's changing, but it's still a core part of like marriage and, you know, relationships back home. So it's something that I've internalized because growing up, my mom would always be like, Esiri, your room is dirty. Is this how your house? See, because I said Esiri, Siri popped up. That's what happens when I call my own name in this house. Siri pops up. But anyways, my mom will always be like, oh Siri, this da da da, is this how you do in your husband's house? Oh Siri, this da da da, da da da. Everything is your husband's house, your husband's house. You should learn how to cook because your husband. You should learn how to do this because your husband. You know, like they teach you all these girly things, taking care, cooking, all these things, not because for yourself, but because for your husband, right? So I kind of internalized these things. So when I met Carson, and with him it was like so different. Like there is no gender roles. Like he goes to the kitchen, he cooks, he's not expecting, you know, like a home cooked meal when he comes back from work. Obviously when I have time, I do it. Obviously I cook in the house, I clean the house, but for him it's not because this is what I expect you to do. It's just because I do it, right? Like if Carson comes back from work and I didn't do dishes all day, which never happens because when I wake up, it's part of my routine. I shower and then I do dishes and then I do breakfast. But let's say that day I was lazy, you know, but he comes back from work and did their dishes on the sink. He doesn't care. He would either do it or whenever we have time, we can do it, right? So it was a huge culture shock for me because when I started dating Carson, I kind of like just assumed the role, if that makes sense. But very soon very soon into the relationship, I found out that this is totally different from like your other past relationship. This guy don't care. He doesn't really care if you do these things or if you assume this role. And it was really refreshing, you know, because I mean we're trying to move past gender roles because nowadays we see women as providers too. Women are working, women have careers, right? So we're trying to move past gender roles. I mean, I feel like even though just naturally the way society is kind of made, women are still just to an extent going to be the caretakers and the nurturers, and men, the very large extent, are going to be the providers. I feel like it's not something that's just going to go away, but it just feels good to know that, you know, I'm in a relationship where it's not expected, it's not seen as my role, but nowadays I just take up the role because it's what I want to do. I want to care for my husband, I want to care for our home. So I enjoy the role more now than when it's like you have to, like it's what you're meant to do, if that makes any sense. So yeah, that was a huge cultural shock because again, coming from like a typical Nigerian society, like it is expected for me. If I had gotten married to be fair, I don't want to say all Nigerian men, right, but to a large extent is what would be expected for me from like the Nigerian culture. So yeah, that's that one. So number 3, we're going to be talking about natural hair. I'm sorry if I'm talking too fast. I don't want this video to be too long, but yeah, I'm going to talking about hair. You guys know hair is a big deal when it comes to black women. It's more than just hair. Sometimes for us it's deeper than just the hair on your head, because you know, over time black women, their natural hair has been one way they've been oppressed. I know that until recently, some states in America, if you have natural hair, you can't take your natural hair to your place of work. It's deemed as a professional. And also, growing up, I'm going to speak for myself because I'm talking about myself. Like I've always, not anymore, let me just put that out there, but when I was much younger, I've always had this love-hate relationship with my natural hair. I've never really liked it enough to wear it out. I just always thought it wasn't pretty, like no matter what I did. But obviously that has really changed. My relationship with my hair has really changed now. So obviously at the time when I met Carson was when, you know, I was starting to learn to love my natural hair and stuff like that. So it was kind of a huge deal for me to know that if I'm with this guy, because at some point I'm gonna have to show him my hair. I'm not gonna wear my wig every day or have braids on every day, right? But I made sure I show Carson my natural hair like 1 month into when we were dating. I think we weren't even dating at that point. We were just still hanging out, talking to each other, just, you know, figuring out if we want to be in a relationship or not. But 1 month into like totally spending time with him a lot, There was one day I was like in his room and I was like, do you want to see something? You want to see my hair? And he was like, yeah. And I just took my wig off and I showed him my hair. And I was like, oh my god, your hair is so soft, it's so nice, you know, like. So yeah, hair, it's a big deal for me, and it's just nice to be with someone who appreciates my hair. Carson absolutely loves my natural hair. Every time he's always like, bring your hair out, but I'm like, it's too stressful, it's too hectic, I don't have the time for that. I just want a situation where I can just wake up, I don't have to comb, I don't have to brush. That's why I really like braids, because even with wigs you have to brush your wig and all that, but with braids you just, and you wake up and you're gone, right? So yeah, I'm happy that I'm with someone who appreciates my hair, appreciates everything about me being black, because hair, it's really a huge part of being a black woman. It's a huge part of our identity. So yeah, that's really nice and very refreshing that I'm with someone that I could 100%. Sorry guys, my camera stopped recording then. Yes, I was just saying it's nice that I'm with someone that I can 100% be myself with. So moving on, this one, I think this one is a Carson thing, but I feel like he is in touch with his emotions and I love it. There's something about being with a guy or a man who is in touch with his emotions. He's not afraid to be emotional. He's not afraid to break down. Like, there's something, I don't know about other women, but I find it sexy and reassuring when a man is in touch with his emotion, because when a man is in touch with his emotions, he can love you very well, in my opinion. And other guys I've dated in the past, hard guy, they form hard guy too much. I'm a man, I can't cry, I can't show emotions, I can't but with Carson it's like so different, and I really appreciate that about him, because honestly I feel like people who are in touch with their emotions are also more empathetic and sympathetic towards other people's situations, and that's just like a really nice character trait that I like with him, like in him rather. So yeah, I just wanted to just chip that on there. And this last one I'm going to talk about is about relationship with parent-in-laws. And yes, I think this has to do with white people, or yeah, I would say white people, because relationship with parent-in-laws in Nigerian culture, it's very different. Respect is a huge factor in Nigerian culture, and I think in every culture, whatever, you're supposed to respect the elderly, but Nigerians carry respect on their head like government work. We love respect. Nigerians love respect. They can eat respect for morning, for breakfast, dinner and lunch. That's for breakfast. Yeah, that's how much we love respect. So it's very huge, and sometimes the relationship you could have with your parent-in-laws can be very formal, if that makes sense. But with like my in-laws, we have a very formal, informal relationship, because I'm a Nigerian to my bone, and I'm always going to be formal with them in the sense of the way like I talk to them, put that respect there. But also I'm also informal with them, because they're very relaxed and very chill people. I remember the first time I met Carson's parents, and I was telling Carson, I don't know what to call your parents, you know. I can't call them by their names, because the Nigerian in me would not let me just call someone older than me by their names. As a Nigerian, you can't call an older person by their name. Like, you have to put like uncle this. So let's say for their name, for example, is Tom, Uncle Tom, Auntie Elena. There's always something you have. It's like that you cannot just call someone older than you by their name. More or less, your parent-in-laws don't do that. So I was like, there's no way I can call my parent-in-laws by their names, even though they were like, yeah, you can call us our name. I was like, I'm not doing that. And I was like, when we were dating, I was like, I can't call them dad and mom, because we're still dating, so it's gonna be a bit weird. So what do I call them? So you see that kind of dynamics. They were very chill, like, no, you can call us by my name. I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, there's no way I'm calling you by your name, right? Obviously now I call them dad and mom, because we're married now. They're my parents, they're my second parents, so they've adopted me. That's what it is. But yeah, like, relationship with in-laws is very chill, very relaxed. They don't expect you to do much, like, you know, like when you're married to like a Nigerian, when you go to your parent-in-law's house, they expect you to clean, to cook, to fix the community, to do this. But when I go to my parent-in-law's house, I'm a princess. I went there, I stayed 2 weeks with them in January. I was a princess there. I just sat down. My mother-in-law would ask me, what do you want, you know, stuff like I was treated like a queen, right? But if I was married to Nigeria, I'm on, I'm gonna wake I was almost speaking pidgin English. I'll be the one to wake up and go and make breakfast before everybody gets ready. Obviously, it depends. It varies from families to families. But you guys have a rough idea of what I'm talking about. But being married to a white guy, the relationship with the in-laws is very chill. Obviously, the fact that my parents' in-laws absolutely love the freaking hell out of me plays a huge role in that. So yeah, and I love the relationship with my parents in-laws. It's very chill, it's very nice, it's a nice vibe whenever we're with them. So yeah guys, I think that is all I want to talk about in this video. There's so much we could talk about when it comes to being married to a white person of a different race, but being married to a white person of a different race. What did I just say there? I'm sorry. Being married to a person of a different race. But I think for most of this video, I stuck to like cultural differences and just a few other bits in there. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give a thumbs up. Also, let's continue discussions in the comment section below. Another disclaimer again before I end this video, like I said, these are all based on my personal life experiences. I'm not generalizing here, so please don't come for my neck, don't come for my ancestors. But let's continue discussion in the comment section. Let me know, what are your thoughts, what are your opinions? Are you married or dating interracially? You know, let me know what are some like differences, what are some things that so they, you know, just what it's like in general. Let's continue discussion below. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.